video is dedicated to get you ready to do your paper. So this is for Friday, okay? I'm giving you this on Friday. I'm actually giving it to you early, but I'm giving you this video on Friday to look at, to watch, to prepare yourself, to be ready to write and type and get all your essay done by next Friday, which you have a week to do, which is no problem at all. So first things first, let's get used to the website itself. So if you go to that sheet of paper that I sent you, it's also in the attachment on Google Classroom, there is a link on the bottom. And the link on the bottom is going to send you to this website right here, and it's going to go to women's history right here. And in this site, you're going to see there are several different links that you can click on for a person that you can write the paper on. Now, remember, the paper that you're writing has to be about a woman in U.S. history. That is the clarification. So there's more women in here that you can write about that aren't U.S. history. For instance, Florence Nightingale, which I'm going to do a paper for you on Florence Nightingale to show you how I use this site and how I will eventually write the paper and how you could write your paper on the person you choose. But it has to be somebody in U.S. history. It can't be somebody that's in European history, Asian history. It doesn't matter. U.S. history. Okay. So what you do here is you go through, you find out what person you want to do this on. When you find the person, you just click on the person's link, and then you can go ahead and just read through. So let's say if I clicked on Janet Rankin, Gloria Stein, Clara Barton. We know about Clara Barton a little bit. So Clara Barton was one of those icons that I can click on, and it's going to give me. And this person is totally doable, Claire. This person is totally doable for the paper because she's an American. She's in American history. So you're going to read through here, and your goal. Remember, the paper's goal is to find 3 arguments that you can use to boost your thesis. Which your thesis, I'm giving you the thesis. Thesis is, in this case, if you're choosing Clara Barton. Your thesis is Clara Barton deserves to be written in history textbooks at length because, and give me 3 reasons, and that's just your intro. And then those 3 reasons, whatever those 3 reasons that you're choosing, you're going to give more descriptions in the paragraphs below. And that's how you're doing this. So what I would do is I would choose somebody that you think is easy to read about, someone that's entertaining to read about, and also, do they have 3 solid arguments that you can use to build your essay on? Remember, essays are like having a stool that you're sitting on. You want sturdy, strong legs. And the rule of thumb for me is the number 3. It's my dog's favorite number. It's my favorite number. In other words, you have to have 3 sturdy legs, 3 arguments that will hold up the thesis, which is the stool that you sit on. And if you can give me those 3 strong arguments, those 3 strong legs to hold up that thesis, you got yourself a good paper. So when you're reading through these, make sure you find somebody that you're like, you know what? I found one thing I can talk about for about a paragraph. I found another thing I can talk about for about a paragraph, and another thing I talk about for a paragraph. Good stuff. Now, when you're doing this paper, make sure you are following those list of 14 rules when writing a paper, because it's imperative that you get used to writing this way. Don't use the word I. I know it's you. You're writing the paper. I know it's your opinion. It's you writing it. So don't use the word I. Make sure you cite, which we're going to talk about citing in class. I'm going to give you the easy way to cite. It's kind of cheating a little bit, but that's okay, because I care more about your writing ability, and as long as you're giving credit loosely to the person, I know that you're giving credit to the person, it's totally fine. Because that other stuff, we'll get to that later, the other way to cite stuff. By the way, using EasyBib is the easiest way to go. Remember the rubric that I sent you. Look at the rubric. You should go through this rubric like a checklist. You should do this one thing at a time, making sure you're getting the points that you need. Because if you do this like a checklist, like a grocery list, like you're going to the grocery store, I got my milk, I got my water, I got my cereal, whatever, you know that you're going to get all the stuff you need by the time you get to the cash register, by the time you get home and start unpacking. Because if you don't go through the grocery list, you might go home and go, oh, I forgot the pizza. And you don't want to forget the pizza. That's for Friday nights, man. You need pizza for Friday nights. So make sure you go through the list. I'm going to go through just half the stuff. Thesis, just stay putting this thesis down, which I pretty much gave it to you. You just have to put the name in. Clara Barton, or who else you're going to pick. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Whoever else is on that site that you can use. It deserves to be written in history textbooks because, and then give me your 3 reasons why. That's the next part of the introduce the arguments. That's 2 points right there. Then it's going to be 3 paragraphs. Each paragraph is worth 6 points. I'm actually lowering the point totals for this particular paper because that's going to be brutal. And then each paragraph is an argument. So I think that Mr. Snow should be written in history textbooks because you know what? He is just a fabulous person. And that could be a whole paragraph. I would not write a paper on this because it would be terrible. But 3 arguments that you're getting from this site. And yes, you're only using this site. I'm making it so everyone is using the same site. So when they cite this information, it's going to be easy-ish. There's a couple steps you have to do that might be different depending on who you pick. But generally speaking, easy. The next paper, you're going to have to pick different sites. That's kind of what this whole thing's about. Restate the thesis and your conclusion. We'll talk about that in class. Grammar, I'm only going to give you 2 points for grammar. This is spelling mistakes. I'm not the English teacher, and I don't feel like I should hammer you down too much for grammar. Now, if I can't read it, that's a whole different situation. But yeah, I'm talking about you should do grammar checks. It's an easy 2 points to miss. Citations, again, we'll talk about this in class as well. Then we get to do a video on this. And then, no joke, I am giving you 3 points just turning this thing in. 3 points for turning this in. Now remember, this needs to be printed. It needs to be Times New Roman. If it's not Times New Roman, you get deducted points. There's no like max page on this. It's just do the stuff. So this is typically about 1.5 pages long, maybe 2 pages for certain students. Typed, double-spaced, 12-point font. You're printing this off. It's due next Friday. My suggestion is today you hit the ground running. You get as much done as you can. All right, get at it. Peace.